When creating your character for Dungeons & Dragons, you gotta pick its belief system or some way to define it, and that is alignment. So let's talk about alignment. Welcome back, fellow Game Masters. I'm Richard Quiner. Today we're going to talk about alignment, which is kind of controversial in the Dungeons & Dragons RPG sphere. It's got a lot of people saying you don't need it, you don't want it, but I look at it, and for beginners, I say lean into this alignment, understand what it's about, and then go from there. So that's why I'm explaining alignment to you today. Now, alignment is a basic way to define your character's belief system, or how good they are, we should say. And it comes from the older versions of the games where this was how you could define what your character liked and how good they were. So it came in 3 categories, and these are the 3 kind of categories, and each category has some kind of sub-alignments that you can use, and they are good, neutral, and evil are the 3 categories. So whether your character is good, neutral, or evil, there are also more deeper subcategories, which are the actual alignments, which I'm going to get into a little bit here right now. In the good category, these are the good people. You try to do good, you try to help out. But in that category, you also have the lawful, neutral, and chaotic alignments. Now, what do these things mean? Well, lawful in the good terms, you try to do good according to the law. That's the basic way to do it. They're the ones who uphold the law, follow the word of the law to the T, and do what's right according to the law. A lot of times, these are paladins or kind of the champions of the people who will uphold the law. If you have a character that is neutral good, they will help and do good based on the needs of the others, but not necessarily according to the law. It doesn't need the law in order to do good. It's a weird, twist of tongues and words, but it's still doing good, but not necessarily following the law to do it. And last, there is chaotic good, which are people who still do good, but they act based on their own conscience and not necessarily based on society's expectations around them. These are people who are a little more, they might be Robin Hood type, where they steal from the rich to give to the poor. Those kind of people, they do good, but they don't really care about what society is thinking. In the neutral category of alignments, we have the same sub-alignments. We have lawful, neutral, and chaotic neutral alignments. A lawful neutral character will act according to the law in the country they're in, but they won't necessarily do good by the people around them, but they will follow the laws. A neutral character, and that sounds weird to say a neutral, or sometimes they say true neutral character, but they will act while avoiding moral decisions or taking sides in a moral conflict. A lot of times these are druids. Druids live in nature, and part of nature is very much about balance and being neutral. So you can find a lot of druids who are neutral or true neutral characters. Chaotic neutral is a character type that will act according to their own whims. It's like, what do they want, and they will do it. And that's how they make their decisions. And it doesn't really rely on society or finding balance or not keeping sides. They just act according to what they want in their heart. Something important to note about chaotic neutral is that they are equally prone to do good deeds as they are prone to do bad deeds. They're chaotic. It doesn't mean they're chaotic. They're evil characters. They are just very neutral, and they follow their heart. Oftentimes in role-playing games, someone will pick a chaotic neutral character just so they can be the wild card and be crazy and do these bad things, when really they should be trying to, or they could be finding a balance and just doing what they think their character will act. I've tried to embrace that in my character, and I find it a lot more fun being able to, at a moment, want to do something good because I think that's what my character will do without him having to be the evil bad guy. I hope that makes sense, because it made sense to me when I read it, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense, and I like that, and I'm adopting that mindset with chaotic neutral. The last alignments we will come to are the evil alignments, which oftentimes in a game you won't play unless you're playing an evil role-playing game. It gives you that option. You can play an evil role-playing game. It's perfectly normal, and a lot of people have done it. So let's talk about the evil alignments. Lawful evil doesn't necessarily follow the rules and the laws of the country they're in, but they are evil people that do things and take things based on a code of conduct of a group. This could be a guild that they might be in, like a thieves guild. It could be a lawful evil, or a mercenaries guild that kills people. They could be lawful evil. But they don't care about the society so much as they care about their core group structure. A neutral evil character will still do things whatever they can get away with, but as long as they don't have repercussions. They try to remain neutral by not picking a side, not being totally evil, but they try to still do things that they can get away with. And a chaotic evil character is probably the most evil of them all because they will act according to what they want in the moment, whether it's killing or stealing. They are capable of doing great acts of violence and greed at will. Alignments are a pretty simple way to define how your character feels about the world around them. I lean into them. I accept that alignments are there and that they're designed to help us. You will find as you continue your journey through role-playing games that some people don't worry about alignments, they don't like alignments, they have other reasons, and that's perfectly fine. But as a starter, I just wanted to explain alignments to you so you can understand and create a belief for your character.